Welcome back to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today we're examining a powerful concept that helps explain why shared resources often become depleted. The tragedy of the commons. The tragedy of the commons describes how individuals, acting independently according to their self-interest, can behave contrary to the common good by depleting a shared resource. The term was popularized by ecologist Garrett Hardin in his influential 1968 essay, though the concept has roots going back centuries. It occurs when individuals have open access to a resource and little incentive to conserve it, leading to overuse and eventual collapse. It's like everyone taking just a little extra water from a shared well during a drought, only to find the well runs dry faster because of these collective actions. Historically, we can see the tragedy of the commons vividly illustrated in the collapse of the North Atlantic cod fishery. For centuries, the Grand Banks off Newfoundland supported one of the world's richest fishing grounds, seemingly inexhaustible. By the 1960s, advances in fishing technology allowed massive harvests, with each fishing company and nation pursuing their self-interest in catching as many fish as possible. Despite growing evidence of declining populations, the short-term incentive for each individual actor was to catch more fish before someone else did. In 1992, the fishery finally collapsed, with populations falling to 1% of their previous levels. The Canadian government was forced to declare a moratorium that put 40,000 people out of work and devastated coastal communities. It's like watching players in a game gradually destroy the board they're playing on, each move rational from an individual perspective but collectively leading to disaster. In today's business landscape, consider Slack, the workplace communication platform. Slack faced its own version of the tragedy of the commons with notification overload. The platform was designed to streamline communication, but as adoption grew within organizations, individual users and departments began overusing notifications at mentions and channels. Each person acted rationally from their perspective, trying to get attention for their message. But collectively, this created an environment where important information was drowned out by noise. Many users experienced Slack fatigue as the shared attention space became polluted. Recognizing this problem, Slack introduced features like focus mode, notification schedules, and channel suggestions to help preserve the commons of workplace attention. It's like a town establishing water usage rules during a drought, a recognition that without governance, the shared resource of attention would be depleted through individual rational actions. So, how can we apply the concept of the tragedy of the commons in our daily lives? Firstly, recognize shared resources in your community and workplace that might be vulnerable. These aren't just environmental resources like clean air or water, but also attention spaces, community infrastructure, or shared facilities. Once identified, consider how your individual actions might contribute to preserving rather than depleting these commons. It's like noticing that the office kitchen is a commons that requires everyone's care to remain functional rather than assuming someone else will clean up. Secondly, look for ways to align individual incentives with collective well-being. In situations where you have influence, consider implementing systems that reward conservation or maintenance of shared resources. This might mean creating rotation schedules for maintenance tasks, recognition for those who contribute to common spaces, or gentle social pressure to discourage overuse. It's like establishing a community garden where everyone who works gets to share in the harvest, creating a direct connection between contribution and benefit. Lastly, communicate and build awareness about commons problems. Many people deplete shared resources not out of selfishness, but because they don't recognize the aggregate impact of individual actions. By helping others understand these dynamics, you can foster a culture of stewardship. It's like explaining to new hikers why leave no trace principles matter. Not because one person's impact is devastating, but because the cumulative effect would destroy the trails for everyone. In conclusion, the tragedy of the commons helps explain why resources that nobody owns but everybody uses often become degraded over time. By understanding this dynamic, we can design better systems, adjust our individual behaviours, and create communities that preserve shared resources rather than depleting them. In a world of increasing interconnection and limited resources, this mental model provides crucial insights for sustainable cooperation. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your commons be well governed, your resources be sustainable, and your actions consider the collective impact. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.